Hello everyone, this is Outlandish here. Today we're playing a game called Forgotten 13. Now, this is made by a developer called Aaron Wise, and I have played at least one of his games before, which was called A Walk Along the Pier, and that game was good. It had a very good atmosphere. It was just, yeah, it was a fun experience, and I had a lot of fun making that video, you know what I mean? Even though I did run into a few issues, but to be perfectly honest, they added to the experience, so let's just play the game and see what happens. I think this game is actually like a point-and-click style game. Also, my PC sounds like it's going to blow up for some reason. In a small, seemingly ordinary suburban neighborhood stands a seemingly normal house. However, this seemingly normal house has developed an unsettling reputation. Looking at the house from outside, it appears unremarkable. Its neat garden and well-maintained facade contrast with the rumors surrounding it. You decide to knock on the door. Hello? A trembling woman answers, her eyes filled with despair. Hello, the woman invites you inside, revealing a home filled with family portraits and toys. Introduce yourself, get right to the point. Let's be polite. Hello, my name is Emily, I'm a woman. Pleased to meet you, what is yours? The old woman just smiles at you, her skin stretching uncomfortably to the corners of her face. I'm a freelance journalist reporting on missing people between 1963 and 1987. I believe you have information. I think that's meant to be 67 because it said 67 in the description. The woman stares at you. A sense of dread fills you from head to foot. After a couple of minutes of silence, she answers. My dear, that was long ago. Why bother bringing up the dead now? Some of the relatives never got closure. I'm gonna give them that. Are you a relative? No, I'm not. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not. I just want to know what happened all those years ago. Maybe it is 1987, I don't know. I understand. Let me fetch some tea, and you can ask me your questions. The old woman shuffles out of the room and off into the kitchen. You can hear her tinkering around with her appliances. I should take a look around. Okay, let's investigate. Is that a piece of pie? Oh no, it's a dollhouse. A doll's house. Strange. This is a model of the house. The door has a small lock in it, and my hands are too big to fit through the window. Okay, so I need a key. A picture of what appears to be two small children. One has their face removed. Why does this look familiar? I don't know. There's a thing. It's not working. The hands have stopped it. 2 and 7. 27? I remember when I was 27. It was shit. The old woman returns with a tray of tea, seemingly out of nowhere. Did I frighten you, my dear? No. You just startled me, is all. Anyway, about those missing people. Yes, dear. Ask your questions. The motive. Why, you little... I don't know. The motive? There's something I can't quite figure out. If what people say is true, then why? What's the motive? Why, I couldn't possibly imagine the motive of what made someone kill 13 people. I'm just an old lady. Nobody said they were killed, bitch. I mean, 13 people dead? I'm sorry to point this out, but I never mentioned they were dead. You did. Twice now, actually. Did I? You must be confused, dear. I don't actually know that anyone is dead. Here, drink some tea while it is still hot. You drink the tea, so as not to upset the old woman any further. After a few seconds, you start to feel lightheaded. So you've been poisoned, you idiot. The room starts to fade out before you finally hit the floor. Is this gonna be someone wearing like an old lady's skin, and they're not actually an old woman? You awake, feeling sick. The old woman must have drugged you. Son of a bitch. Looking around, you notice you are locked in some sort of cell made of stone, with bars covering the door, and a spout on the ceiling. Okay, what is on the ceiling? You jump and grab at the metal gate. As soon as you grab it, you slip, fall into the ground, with one of the metal bars in hand. I now have a weapon, to beat that old lady's ass if she ever tries to touch me again. The bar. You jam the metal bar into the gap, and pull with all your might. Hung! The iron bar swings open. Okay. You step out into a dark hallway. It's hard to see, but you can hear faint whispering. Head to the Whispers, carry on walking. Let's head to the Whispers. Did I make a mistake? Ending 2, heading towards the Whispers, was a bad idea. The old woman leaps from the shadows, slicing your throat vertically, making you bleed out quicker. You are the 14th victim. Ah, god damn it. Okay, alright. So, basically, it's a one and done kind of thing. You gotta see if you can survive. I don't know why this game is so, like, taxing on my computer, though. I really hope you can't hear my PC, like, trying to explode in the background. Get to the point. I'm a freelance journalist, reporting on missing people between 1963 and 1987. I believe you have information. The old woman stares at you. A sense of dread fills you from head to blah. After a couple of minutes of silence, she answers, "That was a long time ago. Why are you bringing up dead people now, you stupid idiot?" Some of the relatives never got closure. I want to give them that. Are you even a relative? Yes, I actually am. I'm going to pretend that I am. I'm related to one of the missing people. Yes, but that doesn't mean I am not seeking the truth for everyone. You poor dear. No wonder you seem so upset. Let me fetch you some tea and we can discuss this further. The old woman shuffles away like a little rat-looking thing and then does some stuff. This reminds me of games that I used to play when I was a kid. There was this game about marbles and a girl. Might try and find some of those old games. Might be fun to actually play them on the channel at some point. Picture of what appears to be a small child. Okay, so we gotta find out who that child is, right? Who is the child? Okay. Okay, it's not working, and then we're gonna get jump scared by the old lady. The other one returns with the tray and is annoying. No, you didn't tell me at all, you stupid old woman. Tell me what you know. Yes, dear, ask me your questions. Why you? My research has brought me to this place. Quite a few people all agree that there is something odd about this house. Most people want someone to blame after something, especially when they think that person can't hurt them, makes them feel safe. It's a little morbid and kind of a threatening tone, don't you think? Yeah, not at all, actually. I think that I'm the one being threatened here, wouldn't you say? I'm gonna ask about the two girls. Can I ask about the two girls in your mantle? Why is the face all scratched out? That is, me when I was 4 years old. The other was my sister. Sadly, she passed away over 30 years ago. Anyway, your tea's getting cold. Drink now. You drink the tea, as to not upset the woman. And then you collapse to the floor because this old woman drugged your ass. Okay. So basically, this old woman is insane, and she's trying to murder me. And so I should not approach the whispering. Never approach old women from the back because they have quick reflexes and they'll slice you open before you know it. Dark hallway, let's keep going because we don't want to get murdered. Carry on walking. You walk forward a little further, hugging the wall as you go. You can see a faint light up ahead, but a small room off to the left. Well, they do say go towards the light. Walking forward brings you to the base of a small set of stairs leading up. A corpse is collapsed to the right hand. It smells awful. High corpse. The body is decayed and smells of dust and dried blood. A small key is tied around its neck. You take it. Oh, cool. So my morbid curiosity actually helped me. You ascend the stairs, each step creaking as you go. Eventually you reach the top and peer through the open door. Opening the door reveals a dirty old kitchen. There is a back door leading out to the yard. Let's try the door. The back door has a digital lock attached to it. I do not know the code. Ah, bollocks. You see a scrap of paper lying on the table. The living room is behind you. There are some stairs to your left. Okay, if I was an old woman who had murdered 13 people, where would I keep the lock to my digital door? I don't know, in the fridge? What does the paper say? The paper has badly drawn picture of a clock on it, followed by 359. Okay, let's go to the living room because that's where the clock is. So 359. Try the key found in the basement to surprise it works. Oh, okay. That was random. Inside was a diary. You open the diary. It belongs to the old woman's sister. It details events of her childhood, including details about the missing people. Wait, really? Okay. Appears that the parents were convinced that she was evil. Alright, let's try the door again. So, what was it? 369? Oh, okay. Let's try the front door. Frantically try the front, looking for any means of escape. Suddenly, for God's sake. You turn around and make eye contact with the old woman, her hair covering half her face. You can make out an odd smile. The old woman lunges at you, full force, pressing your knife deep into your chest. You reach for the knife, but slowly lose control as your blood forms a pool beneath you. Bloody hell, I was getting somewhere and I died. Alright, I'll cut back when I get to that point again. Check the diary. Oh, I've got a journal, I'm a dumbass. Right, 2 children seen holding hands in a photograph. Found it on the mantelpiece. Could this be the old woman? One of the children? Why is the face of the children obscured? Numbers are 1 and 3 written on the back. Broken clock. Looking at the paper revealed something about the clock and some numbers. The paper reads 359. Okay. My episode well is an interesting talking point if I need to make small talk. Wait, what? It's broken. Right, okay, I get it. The cell. I managed to find a metal bar and escape. The deceased. It turns out the old woman had a twin sister. The decayed corpse in the basement was her. Oh, God. Right. Why would it still smell, though? Forget it. The paper. Turns out the old woman had a twin sister. No. The paper. Found a crumpled piece of paper. 359. Oh, worthless piece of paper. Thanks, Squidward. And then the diary. Sister and I were playing in the room today when we started speaking to someone else. First I thought it was me, but the conversation didn't make sense. When I pressed her about it, she just said it was nothing and carried on playing. October 31st, 1967. Mum and Dad were fighting again, something about the house being cursed by an evil presence. I admit things have been a little weird around here lately, but a curse? I don't even know where to begin. November 2nd, Mum came into my room in the middle of the night. I think she thought I was sleeping. She stood in the doorway for, 18 to 20 minutes, staring at me, not moving. I'm starting to get scared about living in the same house as them. November 8th, Dad called our local pastor to the house for dinner this evening. I was to join them, which my sister and I never really do. He had some questions for me that I didn't really understand during the time he was there. We had a power cut, and I guess we knocked some of the things off the table since I couldn't see them. When we got the power back on, there was a mess everywhere. Dad wasn't happy. November 12th, Mum and Dad have become really distant. Dad won't talk to me. Mum won't even look at me. What have I done? I don't understand it. My sister has been moved into the spare room at the side of the house as well, without any reason given. Do they think I'm doing something to her? November 20th, Dad hit me today for speaking ill of my feelings towards them. The sheer anger and terror in his eyes that I saw shook me to the core. I've never seen him like this. Something isn't right with him. December 1st, things have been so bad here lately. The family dog died and Mum is beside herself. Dad has been praying non-stop and I feel like my sister isn't the same anymore. Why is everyone around me acting so crazy? My sister is walking around at all hours of the night, talking to herself when she thinks no one is watching or listening, and things keep disappearing. December 2nd, I woke to the sound of struggling coming from the kitchen. I made my way downstairs slowly as not to be heard. I saw Dad pulling what looked like a huge bag tied with rope out into the back garden. It was raining outside, so I couldn't see much, but it looked as though he was burying something. December 18th. The local news is appealing for any information as to the whereabouts of 3 people last seen around 2 weeks ago. It seems I'm not the only one having a hard time living in this world. I hate to think what those families are going through. January 1st. Christmas came and went without any joy whatsoever. Dad didn't even bother putting up a tree. My sister is now completely shut down. She doesn't eat or sleep. She won't talk to me. I've tried talking to Mum and Dad, but they won't listen to me. They just keep telling me it'll be okay soon. Do they know what's going on? January 8th. I overheard Mum and Dad talking when I was supposed to be sleeping. Mum was crying a lot. Dad was saying something about this being the last one, and that I would be the key to stopping it. Stopping what? And then 9166. Okay. So that's the code for the door, right? Cool, awesome, sick. You step outside into the dark. Before you stands a shed and a shovel. Okay, I didn't look at the clock again. I think I have to dig something up. Is that a grave? Oh. You begin digging into the ground beneath you. Eventually you hit something soft. You pull out the earth beneath you, uncovering more and more as you go, a body tightly bound in a sheet with a rope. Okay. They never did find the old woman, but they did find the 13 people. You survived and wrote about your ordeal in this book that you have been reading all along. Oh my god! I found the true ending. I think I will leave it there. I think there might have been one other ending that I didn't get, but if you want to play it for yourself, you can see. I think it might even be on Steam, but I played it on itch.io. But yeah, no, this game was alright. It reminded me of some of the early 2000s, sort of like 2010s point-and-click games that I used to play as a kid. And yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it. It was creepy, and that old lady, she must have been the sister, so she must have been the only one that survived, right? So, like I said, if you want to play this game, the link to it will be in the description below, and I will link it in my horror games I played playlist. So if you want to check this game out or any of the other games that I played over on itch.io, just follow the link in the description and you can go check them out. And yeah, other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.